it's not exactly the season, um, but I wanted to show you this time how the forest in our research forest looks like in winter. We have discussed many times um, that this area is a heavy snowfall region, and we use it for research but also for education. The line that you see very far away that looks like ants are walking, it's actually students, and at the front is one professor from Germany and me walking up, and the other are German and Japanese students walking in the open field, as you can see here, and the other group is walking inside the forest. It's an evergreen forest. It's a Japanese cedar that we already talked about several times. It's Cryptomeria japonica. And what we are doing here with the students is to evaluate the differences in snow accumulation in these two very different landscapes. And not only um, the accumulation because of having or not having trees, but also the accumulation along the slope, because this is an slope of approximately 90 meters long, and it has an angle, I would say, of 20 degrees. So the idea behind this experiment that we always do with the students is that at some point there will be some melting in winter, and the top layers will have less snow accumulated than at the top than at the bottom. So there will be more snow at the bottom. This year, when we made this video, was in 2018, if I am not wrong, and it was a year of very high snow precipitation. If I am not wrong, the bottom of the slope, the students dig, because that's the idea. They have to make a pit until they find the soil. And this year the pit depth was 5 meters. So it was really heavy. It's quite cold in winter, as you can imagine, um, but not as cold as much northern regions, of course, like Siberia or northeastern China or Mongolia or even Hokkaido in Japan. The temperature here, I think, during the day must be -4, -5, and in a very nice day, you can get easily temperatures of 0 or even 1 degree. As you can imagine, the students love this experiment. It's a wonderful experience, especially for students that are not used to snow. This area is actually quite humid, in, and that is also reflected in the snow. It's warm, it's humid, and that is reflected in the density of the snow. The density of the snow when it's fresh is about 0.2 grams per cubic centimeter, but after some time, when the snow melts and freezes again, the snow in the snow density in the snow pack can reach 0.5 grams per cubic centimeter. So if you have let's say 1 cubic meters of snow, half is water. Half is water and half is air. So that's quite a lot of, quite a high density. snow. And before the snow melt, the snow can density can reach even values close to 0.55 or zero point 0.6. So it's also reflecting the snow density. Just to give you an example, if you measure snow density in Russia, for example, or in Mongolia, the snow is very powdery and can have snow densities of 0.18 or 0.19 grams per cubic centimeter. Um, Now, what you're seeing, of course, is the view from a drone, which is also not only used for orthomosaics or for pictures that we take, but also it allows us to move much better in winter, or to observe the forest much better in winter than it is actually possible. Because as you can imagine, with this amount of snow is very difficult to move, uh, especially in mountains, in slopes, and there is not so much distance that we can cover in winter. So to have this view, or the power of seeing the forest with this is actually quite of the a very big benefit of the drones. And there is one student, Fabian, who is now a student in Bochum University, actually, but I am co-supervising. He is his study is about estimating the snow depth and possibly the snow density by using drones. This is a very new line of study. There is already one publication about this topic, but for us here in this region, there is no study about that. So it's very, very unique. Fabian will be doing a presentation about his study here. Now, see this beauty. This is really one. I'm still marveled by the potential of the drone to do this. That you can go to the top of the tree and see one tree by tree individually. And this is one of the most beautiful sceneries in winter, when the snow is trapped in the branches and leaves of the evergreen trees. In this case, cedar. This is really, really spectacular view. It's a spectacular view. And there you can see trees that are that you can only see the branches. Those are the deciduous trees, which in Spanish is called caducifolio, but it's basically a tree that uses its leaves in winter, in this case. So the shedding of leaves is because of temperature, but in many other regions, like regions in Peru, could be because of drought, that there is not the dry during the dry season, the leaves lose their leaves. So here you see a combination of open space, because this used to be a cedar forest that we cut for wood in 2013, and now it's a very nice area for us to do experiments on snow accumulation. But this is the bottom of the research forest. So the cedar trees are the only coniferous trees, and the other are riparian forest, which we talked about before, the Japanese wignut, walnut, amur core, and some other riparian species that exist in this area. There you can see the steps of the students. It's not very easy to move. It looks easy, but once you really experience snow, walking on the snow, especially in a slope, is quite a different experience. So it's not so easy. At the top of the mountain, you can see it's, if I am not wrong, it's Alex there, and Benjamin, who is a professor from Hanover, and myself, who are looking at how the students work from the top. And this is the view of the site where we do this kind of experiments. We do it in several forests. These are two groups, but there were actually other two groups working in deciduous forest, so a forest without leaves. Now we are looking for the students that are inside the forest, if it is possible to see them with this with the drone. But of course, you need to be quite careful when you do this, because if the drone gets trapped in the branches, you lose 200,000 yen, which is an equivalent of $1,900. I hope you can come once in winter, and you can experience this landscape. It's really an amazing landscape. We do here cross country from the entrance of the forest to the building is about 5 kilometers. This is how the forest looks from inside. I think that the pilot at this moment was very daring and went with a drone inside the forest. Okay, I will leave you. I hope you enjoyed the view in winter. Next, I will show you a snowball fight that is quite traditional in our forest during these experiments.